start with the Bhagvatam class, and His Grace Ram Shradha Prabhuji has joined. Prabhuji, I'm going to hand it over to you in a couple of minutes. Very few minutes. I'll start with a quote. If one does not have faith in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he cannot properly chant and dance in the Sankirtan movement. I'll repeat, if one does not have faith in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he cannot properly chant and dance in the Sankirtan movement. This is from CC Madhya Leela 11.102. So may I know who all are there on the call today?
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Surendra Bhandari from Maryland.
Hare Krishna Sundar Prabhuji, Madharat Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for joining. Anybody else would like to announce their name?
Pooja is there.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Pooja from Sydney.
Hare Krishna Pooja Mataji, Madharat Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna Ram Shradha Prabhuji, Madharat Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you for coming on time. You know, you always come on time, but you know, yeah.
Sometimes spacing out.
You're always
Achha,
there, Prabhuji.
What verse is that? 723, chapter 23.
Today, okay, let me just quickly check.
Yes, Prabhuji. 8th chapter, 23rd verse.
Okay.
23.
Great.
So, Pooja Mataji, you have to start the recording. Till then,
Yeah, I have
anybody...
started, Mataji.
Okay. Thank you. And anybody else would like to? I don't see the recording sign in my phone.
But I can see, Mataji. It's my. I can see the live option on my phone.
सबको क्यों नहीं दिख रहा?
I know, Mataji. I don't know. But I have shared the link on both the channels.
Oh, okay.
WhatsApp.
Then it must be there.
Yeah.
Something wrong with my phone, maybe. Okay. Anyone else would like to announce their name? Okay, so today on Everyday Chant Harinam conference call, we have His Grace Ram Shradha Prabhuji from Mayapur, India. And we are studying today Srimad Bhagvatam 7.8.23. So Prabhuji, please take over.
Jai. Vandeham Sri Guru Sridhapadakam Sri Guru Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagratam Saganam Raghunathan Tantam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijan Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Sri Radha Krishna Padal Gita Siksha Kantam Om Jnanati Mirantas Jnananjana Shalaka Chakshuru Vittamanandasi Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Uttare Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namne Namaste Sarasdevam Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesh Srimad Pasha Pristani Namo Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatma Sisi Bhakti Vedanta Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Uttare Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namne Shivashabhanu Videhi Daitaya Kripate Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayane Prabhu Madhurojjwala Premadya Srupanuka Bhaktidam Gaura Karuna Shakti Grahaya Namaste Gauravani Dhartina Tarini Upanuka Vindhapa Siddhanta Vantahari Mancha Kalpataru Presa Kripas Patitanam Pavani Vishnu Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prem Krishna Krishna Chaitanya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sudhide Pranaman Jaitam Surato Pangur Vatsarva Sipadam Bhojam Shishradam Vidyat Vrindaranya Kalpat Srimad Ratnangara Smasa Shradha Shira Govind Vishtali Visivimana Swaran Sriman Rasa Saram Darshan Venu Swanar Gopi Vrindaya Tulsivaya Vyaya Kesava Sachar Satyavataya Namo Jayas Panchatatvatmakam Krishna Bhaktarupa Sarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakam Namami Bhakti Chaitam Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Nivasati Gaur Bhakta. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Everybody, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Please repeat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Aya
Narayanam Namaskritya
Narayana
Narayana
Namaskritya
Naranjaiva Narottamam
Naram
Narottam
Chaitam
Narottam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devi
Devim
Saraswati
Saraswati
Vyasam
Vyasam
Tato Jayam Udirayet.
Prasodayam
Tato
Utide.
Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisance unto the personality of God Narayan. Unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost being, and unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Shinvatam Swakata Krishna. Everybody. Shinvatam Swakata Krishna.
Shrivatam
Srinvatam Krishna
Punya Shravana Kirtana.
Punya Sharanam
Punyam
Kirtana
Kirtanaha
Hridyantasto hi abhadrani.
Vidya Sthani Nani
Vidunoti Suhrat Satam.
Vinonoti Suratanam
Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, the super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment. In the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous and properly heard and chanted. Nashta Praya Shabadreshu
Nashtaprayesu Abhadreshu
to
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam
Nityam
Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Oti Uttava Shloke
Loki
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki.
Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki.
By regular attendance in classes of the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed. In loving service unto the personality of Godhead, whose praise with transcendental songs is established as an irrevocable fact. So now we are beginning to read Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 8, Text 23. Let us read one more time the last verse. 20, 21, 22, 23. 22. Okay. I'll read the translation. Hiranyakashipu studied the form of the Lord, trying to decide who the form of Nrsimhadev standing before him was. The Lord's form was extremely fearsome because of his angry eyes, which resembled molten gold, his shining mane, which expanded the dimensions of his fearful face, his deadly teeth, and his razor-sharp tongue, which moved about like a dueling sword. His ears were erect and motionless, and his nostrils and gaping mouth appeared like the caves of mountain. His jaws parted fearfully, and his entire body touched the sky. His neck was very short, and short and thick. His chest broad, his waist thin, and the hairs on his body as white as the rays of moon. His arms, which resembled the flank of soldiers, spread in all directions as he killed the demons, rogues, and atheists with his conch shell, disc, club, maces, and other natural weapons. So today that was 20, 21, 22. Today 23. Please repeat. Prayena me
Prayena me
hame
yam
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 Harinorma, excuse me, Harinoruma Jina
Harinoru
harinor
Mayana
yena
Vadaha Smrito
Pradaha Smrato
Anena
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 Samudyatena
samudhyatena
Samudhyatena
Kim
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 Evam
devam
Evam
Bruvamstu Bruvamstva
bruvams
Pravatsvat
Apya Patat
abhya
Abhyapadat
Gada Yudo
gada
Gadam
yudo
Yudhi
Nadan
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 Narasimham
narsimham
Narasimham
mam
Prati
Prati
Daitya Kunjaraha.
daitya
Daitya
kunjara
Kunjaraha.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Hiranyakashipu murmured to himself, Lord Vishnu, who possesses great mystic power, has made his plan to kill me. But what is the use of such an attempt? Who can fight with me? Thinking like this and taking up his club, Hiranyakashipu attacked the Lord like an elephant. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In the jungle, there are sometimes fights between lions and elephants. Here the Lord appeared like a lion, and Hiranyakashipu, unafraid of the Lord, attacked him like an elephant. Generally, the elephant is defeated by the lion, and therefore the comparison of this verse is appropriate. I will read a very interesting passage that I got few days back. Let me read it to you, that one. Excuse me. Just hold on. I'm just trying to. Yes. There are two. Somebody shared this wonderful message. One is by Prabhupada, is a letter to Prahladananda Swami. Krishna consciousness is lying dormant in every living entity, just like fire is dormant within a match. If you simply strike the match, then the fire within will come in blazing light. Our method of striking the match is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. This vibration is sufficient to awaken the sleeping spirit soul to the fact that Krishna is there. Another one is a beautiful understanding by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Lust is included within anger. Lust and anger are both included within greed. Lust, anger, greed are within delusion. And lust, anger, greed, and delusion are found within pride. But envy, matsarya, is the combination of five. Lust, anger, greed, delusion, and all kinds of pride. So here we can see our Hiranyakashipu was full of pride. Full of pride. Because he says, who can fight with me? And because of that, all the elements which brings us to this point, what is that? Lust is included within anger. Lust and anger are both included within greed. Lust, anger, greed are within delusion. And lust, anger, greed, and delusion are found within pride. But envy is a combination of the five: lust, anger, greed, delusion, and all kinds of pride. So Hiranyakashipu was very envious. He hated Krishna to such a degree, and he was asking his son, where do you get your strength from? Then Prahlad answered, I get the strength from where you get your strength. He was so intelligent, Prahlad. He was answering to the point, but Hiranyakashipu could not handle it, could not tolerate it. That my son is able to answer like this. Then he said, is your God in this, where is he? Well, he's everywhere. And then he said, is he there in this pillar? He said, of course he is there in the pillar. If he's everywhere, he must be in the pillar also. I mean, his father was getting more and more upset by the way Prahlad was answering. Because he was envy, and therefore his envy was a full combination of lust, anger, greed, delusion, and all kinds of pride. These 5 things are very essential to become a non-devotee or a demon. A devotee has none of these things. Rather, even if he uses it in Krishna's service, they're all purified form. Envy is not there generally among devotees. It's one of the qualities which doesn't come in a devotee. Sometimes greed may be there, lust may be there, anger may be there, because there are so many great devotees who became great devotees by totaling these qualities. Therefore, here we can see Hiranyakashipu had all these qualities in completeness. And therefore, he was fierce. He was so fierce with Nrsingadev. First of all, he could not even understand who this person was. Half man, half lion. What is this? Because he got a boon that he will not be killed by any weapon in the day or night, by any human or any animal, by any. So the Lord was more intelligent than him. He took a form which was neither man nor animal. And he killed him at the doorstep, which was neither inside or outside. And he kept him on the lap, which was neither on the earth or above the earth, on the lap. And he used his nails instead of weapon, and he tore apart the stomach and took all the intestines and put the intestines on his head as garland. And our Prahlad was standing next to Hiranyakashipu, Nrsingadev, and he was not at all afraid of Nrsingadev. Nrsingadev, Hiranyakashipu was very fearful, but his pride was keeping that fear subdued. He was, in Hindi they call it ant na. Ant ke baat karte na bolte. As if he knows everything. One who knows everything. He doesn't know that Krishna is very intelligent, and he even addresses that point. Lord Vishnu, who possesses great mystic power, has made this plan to kill me. He understood that much by the mercy of Krishna. And then the fight began. Both of them. First, in the beginning, Hiranyakashipu sort of missed out the grip of Nrsingadev, and that created a lot of anxiety among the demigods. Oh, wait a minute. Why? He should just kill me immediately. But Nrsingadev wanted to have a little fun time also. Killing, so fighting requires a lot of, sometimes you lose or the opposition lose. So finally, Nrsingadev could see that the demigods were in total anxiety, and they wanted that this business be finished. So that was during the dusk time. And exactly at dusk time, Nrsingadev killed Hiranyakashipu. So these are all some of the transcendental pastimes which the Lord does. And Hiranyakashipu was none other than one of the two, Jai and Vijay. They came to the material world to give the pleasure of fighting with the Lord himself. They had a choice, 3 birds as devotees or 7 or 8 birds as demons. Excuse me. Yeah, 7 or 8 birds as devotee or 3 birds as demon. So they choose the 3 birds as demon because they didn't want to stay too long in the material world. So they became a demon because they also knew the innermost desire of Krishna, that Krishna wanted to fight. So you cannot be fighting with Krishna when you're a devotee. So they choose to become demons. And they played the role so good. It was the demigods were always afraid. If Hiranyakashipu raised his eyebrows, the demigods will be shivering in their pants, so to speak. So the Lord, he very clearly says in Bhagavad Gita, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chatuskartam. He appears mainly to perform 2 functions: protect the devotees first and destroy the demons. And he came here mainly to protect our Prahlad, because Prahlad went through so much hardships at the hand of his father. And then finally he killed the demon. And Prahlad was standing with a garland. And Hiranyakashipu was very, very angry. But the amazing thing is, even though Prahlad Maharaj is considered a pure devotee, but he did not even give him a cup of water to cool down his anger. Rather, Prahlad Maharaj's understanding was the Lord is self-sufficient, he doesn't need anything. Whereas Hiranyakashipu was seeing that Prahlad was relishing this relationship with Hiranyakashipu as a father and son. So Narsinghadev decided, because he come out of a pillar, so he has no father and mother. So next life, next incarnation, I'll take the birth with a father and mother. Then only he came as Pavanadev. All the subsequent incarnations, he had a father. And Prahlad did not give him water also, cool him down. Therefore, his understanding of Krishna is Aishwaryamai Bhakti. Is complete, is Purnam. Why does he need my water? But the Brajavasis won't think like that. They will think, well, Krishna is thirsty. You have to give him water. Krishna is hungry. Krishna is this, Krishna is that. They always try to find a reason to serve Krishna. Even though Prahlad was serving Krishna, no doubt, by Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, all these processes he was doing it. But when it comes to personal exchange, he did not even give a cup of water. This is explained actually by Sanatana Goswami in Bhakti Sandarbha. Brihad Bhagvatam. Excuse me. Brihad Bhagvatam. So there is a level of difference of devotion between Prahlad and the Brajavasis. Brajavasis will always try to protect Krishna. Whereas here, Hiranyakashipu was protecting Prahlad Maharaj. So next verse, 24. Alakshita agnao patita patangamo jata narasim maujasi so asurastata natad vichitram kalutsatva damni swatejasa yonum pura pibat tamaha. Translation: just as a small insect falls forcefully into a fire and the insignificant creature becomes invisible, when Hiranyakashipu attacked the Lord, who was full of effulgence, Hiranyakashipu became invisible. This is not at all astonishing, for the Lord is always situated in pure goodness Formerly, during creation, he entered the dark universe and illuminated by his spiritual effulgence. The Lord is situated transcendently in pure goodness. The material world is generally controlled by tamagun, the quality of ignorance. But the spiritual world, because of the presence of the Lord and his effulgence, is free from all contamination by darkness, passion, or contaminated goodness. Although there is a tinge of goodness in this material world in terms of the Brahminical qualification, such qualifications sometimes becomes invisible because of the strong prevalence of the modes of passion and ignorance. But because the Lord is always transcendentally situated, the material modes of passion and ignorance cannot touch him. Wherever the Lord is present, there cannot be any darkness from the mode of ignorance. As stated in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna Surya Sama Maya Hoy Andakar Taha Krishna Taha Nahi Mayar Adhikar. Godhead is light, nations is darkness. Where there is Godhead, there is no nations. This material world is full of darkness and ignorance of spiritual life. But by Bhakti Yoga, this ignorance is dissipated. The Lord appeared because of the Bhakti Yoga exhibited by Prahlad Maharaj. And as soon as the Lord appeared, the influence of Hiranyakashipu's passion and ignorance was vanquished by the Lord's quality of pure goodness, or the Brahman effulgence, became prominent. In that prominent effulgence, Hiranyakashipu became invisible, or his influence became insignificant. An example illustrating how the darkness of the material world is vanquished is given in the Shastras. When Brahma was created from the lotus stem growing from the abdomen of Garbhodakshai Vishnu, Lord Brahma saw everything to be dark. But when he received knowledge from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, everything became clear, as everything becomes clear when one comes from night to sunshine. The important point is that as long as we are in the material world, material modes of nature, we are always in darkness. This darkness cannot be dissipated without the presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is invoked by the practice of Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga creates a transcendental situation with no tinges of material contamination. Beautiful verse, beautiful purport. So, Krishna consciousness only starts when we meet a pure devotee. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata. It is like a train moving on two parallel lines. You know, two parallel lines? Train is going in two parallel lines. So, one is Guru, another is Krishna. It is by the grace of Krishna you get a Guru, and it's by the grace of Guru you get Krishna. So, both are important. One must follow Guru and Krishna. So, darkness is coming as soon as we leave Krishna consciousness. Darkness is like the shadow. If the light is shining from the front, you see the light, but behind you is the darkness. So, Maya and Krishna, you cannot separate. As soon as you leave Krishna, Maya is waiting. Please come, please come. Please join our company. We have a lot of nice varieties of sense enjoyment. Please come and have something to eat, this and that. So on. But if you are in Krishna consciousness, the darkness goes away. And that's in the beginning of the movement when early devotees joined the movement. And they were all coming from such terrible backgrounds. Jadurani was dancing. It was not like they were all virgins or brahmacharis or anything like that. But simply by taking up the process under the guidance of Prabhupada, everybody became purified and Jadurani became a great artist. Every day she was being guided by Prabhupada. So this is the effect of associating with a pure devotee. Immediately we are elevated to a transcendental plane. And if you every day if you serve such a pure devotee, then all the difficulties in the heart is removed. All obstacles. Like Prahlad Maharaj, he had so many difficulties. Compared to him, we don't have any difficulty. Zero difficulties. But he was constantly glorifying Krishna. Therefore, all the difficult times could not really disturb his mind. Rather, he was more and more fired up to glorify Krishna in all circumstances. Therefore, it is so important to keep that connection, to keep that association of devotees, especially Prabhupada, by reading his books, by hearing classes from advanced devotees, and their realization like Govinda Maharaj, Radha Maharaj. I was listening just a little while ago for the last couple of hours, Radha Govinda Maharaj classes. Wonderful class, wonderful class. And especially, he was just beginning about Ajamil's life story. And so many nice realizations he has. So, it is very important to hear from such devotees about the pastimes of the Lord. It can only have that effect if the devotee is self-realized, pure devotee, surrendered to Krishna. So it is important that we take trouble to associate with such devotees. What is the trouble? Because you're going to get only nectar from them about Krishna's pastime. Janma karma chame divyam yevam yo vedi tattva. Tattva deham punarjanma naiti mameti. So when one hears and understands that Krishna's janma and karma activities or pastimes are divine, then immediately he becomes free from the influence of Maya. And he never has to take birth again in material world. So why are we reading all these things, Bhagavatam? So that we become fixed in this hearing and develop a taste and develop an inclination towards Krishna and his pastime, so that the fear of this material world is gone. Now there are wars taking place all over. Nobody knows what the future is. The economy can collapse, everything can go upside down. But those who have taken shelter of Krishna, for them these things don't exist, because this is existing anyhow in the material world. Material world means, especially in Kali Yuga, means quarrel and hypocrisy. You cannot correct these people, because these people are not ready to listen to anything. They'll have to go through their experience of struggle. They always say innocent women and children are being killed. But actually speaking, who is innocent in this world? Everybody is eating meat, intoxication, gambling, and then everybody is en masse killed. When Kurukshetra battle was taking place, the battle was between two armies, Pandavas and Kauravas. No woman, no children, no old people were killed. Can you imagine? We cannot imagine nowadays. All these gundas, Hamas, they take shelter of the civilian population. They keep them up front so that Israel will not bomb. But Israel knows their craziness, and they kill all of them, including the so-called innocent children, women, old people, and everything. Because this is Kali Yuga. Nobody follows any principles. Whereas in the Battle of Kurukshetra, because it was directly conducted by Krishna, no women were killed. That's why Arjuna was making the point. If all the men in the battlefield die, then what will happen to the women? They become widows, and unwanted people will take advantage of them. And unwanted children may come. Varna Shankaras can come. Because a woman has no protection. So many problems can come. But Krishna had a different plan. He wanted to put Yudhishthira back in the throne, and then Arjuna was an instrument to fight this battle, and even to the point that of making sure Bhishma and Drona, everybody is killed. They were all great personalities, but nobody was spared. Because Krishna had a whole different plan. We may have our plan, but Krishna has his own. Man proposes, God disposes. So in this verse, the darkness of this material world is very clearly explained. When Nrsimhadev came, because of his bright manes and bright eyes, all the darkness of the material world got destroyed. And especially Hiranyakashipu became invisible in present of the Lord. Prahlad was not at all disturbed by all this action going on. He never ever stopped. He was not holding, oh, my Lord, please don't kill my father with your nails. No. He was witnessing everything. If your son is being killed by the police or somebody, you will close your eyes or cry or fall at the feet, please don't kill, don't kill. But that was not the case. But because Prahlad Maharaj knew that Hiranyakashipu will get a better situation in the next life. After all, he is touched by the Lord's own hands. Lord's hands are Shuddha Sattva. So then he will be promoted to a better situation. And he was doing this, both Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, Ravana and Kumbhakama, they are all doing service to the Lord actually. So, but it is very difficult to see that service as spiritual, because that is not what is recommended for sadhakas, that we fight with Krishna or we become envious of Krishna and become demoniac. No, that was that special duty, special task of the demons, Jai and Vijay especially, to become demons. So they please the Lord by fulfilling, by satisfying the Lord. After all, Hiranyakashipu was so, Nrsimhadev was so angry that he tore apart the stomach of Hiranyakashipu. Can you imagine? The son is watching somebody tearing apart the stomach. Oh, you cannot imagine this. If you want to make a movie also, they cannot make a movie. So if there are any questions or comments at this point, please ask me.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. All blessed
Jai ho. Jai ho.
Nice to hear from you. So, beautifying our station. And I just wanted to inquire about, just as one side thing, how is the flood situation in Mayapur? Is it, you are able to?
No, we don't have floods because of the sun shining for the last few days. Sometimes rain comes, but it dries up.
Oh, okay, that's good. Lord is merciful. So yes, I was reflecting on the Guru, and you said it's a very nice nice thing to meditate upon Guru and Krishna, two parallel lines. So I was of the impression that the Guru is there in the, of course, all the time the Guru and Krishna are always there. But initially, in the initial stages of the sadhana, Guru is more prominent than Krishna. As the sadhana takes us forward and the faith in Krishna becomes very solid, then the Guru becomes more and more transparent. Is that?
Well, yasya prasadat bhavat prasado yasya prasadan nagati kuto. And sakshat dharitvena samasta shastra yuktasthata bhavate. It is not, they are transparent. Even Krishna is transparent in that sense, because Krishna gives us a minute freedom as a devotee to express our devotional feelings, following the footsteps of the previous acharyas. So, Guru will be there, but Guru may not be exactly in the form which you see as a sadhaka. He can come in many forms. Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, so many Vaishnavas are Guru. Like there are 24 types of Gurus in that famous chapter. The tree is a Guru. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Trinadapi Sunichana Tarorapi Sahishnuna Manena Manadena Kirtana. One should be more humble than a blade of grass, more tolerant than a tree. Why should he say that? He could have said, one should be more humble than Prahlad. Nobody knows how many people know Prahlad, but everybody knows the tree and the grass. So they are also gurus.
Yeah.
Every day we walk on top of the grass doesn't protest. And what should be more humble than that? Can you imagine?
Yes, so nice, Prabhu. And yes,
there are 28 types of gurus that was spoken by that Python Baba, that famous devotee who was just in one place. He's never moved out, but he was very fat. Whatever came to him, he ate. Otherwise, he did not eat anything. So like that, there's so many types of gurus are there. And some people will take active role in your life. Some people will take passive. Sometimes you may have a Diksha Guru, but the Diksha Guru will leave the planet. Then who will guide you? That Diksha Guru, if you're sincere, he will come as Siksha Guru. The Diksha Guru, Shiksha Guru, both are same. There's no difference. One is the personality of Krishna, another is the form of Krishna, and the two aspects. There is no difference between Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru.
so nice,
Any
Prabhu.
other question?
Yeah, another thing I was thinking that Lord Krishna is so merciful that though as Mahavishnu, he creates innumerable universes in Yoga Nidra, being completely indifferent to their creation and destruction. Yet, that powerful, that omnipotent Lord becomes took such an active and became so angry when the devotee is being harassed or
Yes.
in distress. So that is how I was reflecting like how merciful Krishna is. That
Yes.
especially when the devotees are in distress by some inimical and demons. So
Yes.
that's
Prabhupada says that the Lord is silent as long as you not surrender to Krishna. Because we are making the Lord our order supplier. We want from Krishna. But the moment you surrender, that silent Paramatma will become very active and will interact with the devotees in many ways. That's like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Gopal Bhatta Goswami to go to Gandaki and collect Shaligram Shilas. And when he came back, he was worshipping Shaligram Shilas. But suddenly, one person was visiting the sadhus. They gave him some earrings and a little crown and things like that. Then Gopal Bhatta Goswami said, what can I do with this, Prabhu? You don't have you are only round, small Shaligram Shila. I cannot decorate you. So immediately he fulfilled that desire. And he became Radha Raman. Damodar Shila became Radha Raman. So immediately Krishna becomes very active. He changed his form from a Shaligram Shila to a Radha Raman. So in every instance, the Lord will become very active as soon as you take Shraddha. Because you have established a relationship. He is your friend, he is your well-wisher, he is everything.
so nice.
Any
Thank
other
you.
questions? Gita, Chitra,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. You
Yeah.
just spoke about surrender, Prabhuji, to Krishna. So, how do we exactly surrender, Prabhuji? Is it through chanting and reading the scriptures? What's the real meaning of surrender to Krishna?
Surrender means giving one's body, mind, and soul to Krishna. Like Bali Maharaj, he gave his whole kingdom, everything. But in the third step of Vamandev, he was asking, where should I keep? Please keep it on my head. Surrender means absorbing our mind and activities completely in the Lord's service.
So,
Completely
whatever
in the
we
Lord.
have, we offer to Krishna. Is that also surrender?
Yes, of course. Without surrender, how can you offer anything?
Right.
Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanipet. These are the 9 process portions. Collecting flowers for the Lord, making something nice, inviting devotees, offering something to the Lord, everyday flowers, tulsis, grow some tulsi at home so that you can always have tulsi and go parikrama of tulsi. These things we have to do with it. This is all part of surrender. A surrendered devotee's life is revolving around Krishna's needs.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Not our needs, but Krishna's needs.
Put Krishna first in the center.
Mother Yashoda was only thinking of Krishna's needs. She'll make a tiffin box for him so that he can go to the cow herding pastimes. We do it to our children. When they go to school, we make a little lunch box. So before that, you give it to Krishna, that lunch box. Then you take that lunch prasad. Any other comments, questions?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
My Dandavat Pranam to you, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. So Prabhuji, they say that when, people who do not believe in Krishna, atheistic people, all these people, they will see Krishna at the point of death. They might not, and they might do their own things and all that. But this Hiranyakashipu is one such thing who, when it's saying that he's questioning the Lord in the translation on 23, Lord Vishnu, mystic power, has made the plan to kill me, but what is the use of such an attempt? So who can fight with me? Now, what kind of person? Because I heard that everybody, who even if it's a Hiranyakashipu mentality person, will eventually, see Krishna in the time of death. So is he really an exception who's still wanting to fight with, and also like most people who, like you said also in the class that he was playing the role of Jaya Vijay, right?
Yeah.
So in context to that also, one question I have, like now Jaya Vijay are fighting, they prefer to be with the Lord in shorter time. So that's why they chose to fight with the Lord rather than having a longer time. So means they wanted to be with the Lord. So they're okay, we'll fight with the Lord only. At least in a lesser time, we'll be with Lord. So that was their bhav, right?
No, the bhav was to, Krishna wanted to fight. Therefore, they wanted to fulfill that desire to fight.
But it was also something to do with the years. To do, like in lesser number of years, they will be back with.
That is a side effect of it. The real thing is they wanted to fight with Krishna.
Oh, because Krishna wanted to also. Prabhuji, is very hard to believe. If you like, for me also as a beginning practitioner, I'm a very, very neophyte. Like at one point, we are looking at Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, this and that. And then when we hear about Jaya Vijay, the impression that comes to the mind is, "Arey, ye to sab drama, like wo chal raha hai," It's like it's a leela, basically. It's not really happening because,
It happened. A leela always happens. How can a leela not happen? Krishna is going for cow herding pastime. That's a leela. But it happens.
And through the Leela, we are learning so much.
Yes.
Okay.
It's, see, after all, everything is one, in one sense, it's a drama of Krishna. The whole spiritual world and the material world. But the material world, we experience misery, sadness, and all these things. Krishna says, Dukkalayam Shashvatam. Whereas in the spiritual world, there is no such Dukkalaya. It is ever increasing transcendental bliss. Because everything is centered around and pleasing Krishna. Therefore, Jaya and Vijay could make the choice that we'll become demons.
So that
You and
means
I will not make a decision. You and I will not take a decision that I want to be a demon. We are
Yeah.
anyhow demoniac. But we want to become devotees. Mama Janmani Janmanishware Bhavatat Bhakti Rahiti. Life after life, we want to become devotees. But this devotees, like our, what is his name? Jaya and Vijay, they decided to take birth as demons. Because it was based on Krishna's own desire. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So this is the reason why they acted like this at the time of almost when death was coming. And they, in fact, they saw Krishna, Narsimha Bhagwan coming from the pillar. Still, they wanted to just to fulfill the desire of the Lord. But
Yeah.
but the normal human beings, if they do not believe in the Lord all their life, and when the death time comes, that time I'm sure they don't behave like that.
No, this type of Lord appearing as Hiranyakashipu will not happen to common foolish atheistic people.
Yeah, that is
You
just
have to
like,
be,
yeah.
you have to be exceptional, like strong, like our what is his name? Hiranyakashipu, like that. Not ordinary people, they die just like everybody else dies. For the Lord to appear at the time of death, not for everybody. It's very rare.
Yes,
Ajamil, he chanted the name of Narayan without any offenses. And for that purpose, he could get the darshan of Vishnu Dutas. He was afraid of Yamadutas. And Vishnu Dutas and Yamadutas had a discussion. And then finally they left. Then by the grace of Vishnu Dutas, he went to Haridwar and spent 12 years always chanting, remembering the Lord and regretting his sinful activities, how he left his parents, his wife, his children, and his deity worship, everything he left and went after this prostitute.
So Prabhuji, when you're explaining to us that Ajamil did offenseless chanting, that's why he was. So then, what will be offensive chanting?
Offensive chanting like us, we are doing offensive chanting. We have so many material desire, we'll think of so many plans while chanting. Sometimes we don't even hear the Hare Krishna mantra. We just mechanically do something. Kanishta Adhikari means offensive chanting. Madhyama Adhikari means offenseless chanting. And Uttama Bhagavat is Shuddha chanting, Shuddha Nam.
Okay, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, just like Chitra Mataji asked you about surrender, so I'm a similar question also is coming, like, the three modes of material nature are there, right? So
Yeah.
just how even mode of goodness will also bring us back here to the cycle of birth and death. When
Yes.
we good things like open hospital and stuff like that, the Bhagavad Gita says,
Yeah.
So to transcend these modes of material nature, the process is all these devotional service only. There's no other. Is there any particular thing that we follow that will
We have to follow Uttama Bhagavata, Uttama Bhagavat devotee.
Okay, senior devotee.
Not senior, Uttama Bhagavata. Senior devotee may be 10 years senior or 20 years senior. But Uttama Bhagavata is one who is chanting Shuddha Nam. He's always thinking of Krishna, never at the moment forgets Krishna. And very naturally, For us to remember Krishna means we have to make a little endeavor. Whereas Uttama Bhagavatas, their mind is constantly pastimes of the Lord is appearing. Chanting of the holy name, they'll never forget Krishna.
So, Prabhuji, who's a Uttam Bhagavata in our life right now?
If you're sincere, Krishna will reveal to you. You cannot name these things.
Srila Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, we had a good fortune of having Prabhupada, and Prabhupada has given us all the instruction clearly. He was not telling he is a Uttama Bhagavat at all. He was acting as Uttam Bhagavat, but not talking about himself as Uttam Bhagavat. And he was also in many places, he was saying, I'm so fallen. He was also telling like that. So you have to see things in a higher perspective. Prabhupada has given us the process. We have to follow that process.
Yes. Prabhuji, the prayers that you do in the beginning of the class, just because we are not able to, we don't know the prayers, we're not able to, sing with you. The where are those prayers in the? Is it in the Bhagavatam?
Yes.
Can you tell us where they are?
Yes. 1 minute.
So that way we can just take keep a photocopy or something with us. And
Sure. The first canto, chapter 2 and text 4.
1 minute, Prabhuji. Yeah, we can all note it down. Canto?
First canto, chapter 2, text 4, text
Text 4.
17 and 18. 4, 17 and 18. These are the 3 shlokas.
That we say before the Bhagavatam.
Yes, that generally is read before.
So Canto 1, Chapter 2, and then 4, 17, 18. We can
yes.
Of that. 4, 17, 18. Okay. Yeah, because we do the prayers for the Bhagavad in the Jnana. That we know. This we don't know. So it's good we get opportunity to do that. So anyway, anybody has any question, comments for Prabhuji before we end the call? And before we do another bhajan session with Prabhuji? Anybody else question, comments?
Geeta, what do you?
I'm good, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Very, very inspiring class. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Thank you, Geeta Mataji. I haven't heard from you for a long time.
Yeah, I have a visitor from India, my brother. So kind of little distracted.
Okay. And also missing Shamarasika Mataji and Nikunjas Prabhuji is there right now, but Mataji is in India. So take association later. But we miss devotees when they're not there.
I know. Yeah.
What to do? It's all part of the life. So anyway, Prabhuji, I think and nobody has question, comments now. And you covered 24 you covered, right? Monday we have 25 now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll do a small bhajan.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari
Jaya
Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava
Kunja Bihari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Vallabha Girivadhari.
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha
गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
यशोदानंदन
ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीर चारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी
हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम
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 राम हरे हरे
बोलो एवरीबॉडी
Hare Krishna, Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्णा कृष्णा
Krishna
कृष्णा
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare,
हरे
Hare
राम
Rama,
हरे राम
Rama
राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा
कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम
Hare Rama, Rama
राम हरे हरे
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
साई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा
Jaya Prabhu,
Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada.
गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल शिल प्रभुपाद की जय शिल गुरुदेव की जय
Jai
पूर्णितायाम गिरिराज गिरि
Jai
गोवर्धन की जय और
Jai
ग्रंथराज भागवत की जय
Jai
सुखदेव को की जय शिल
Jai
प्रभुपाद पॉडकास्ट की जय हो all glory to assembled bodies Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
all glory to bodies Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
all
Krishna
glory Hare Krishna
Hare
all glory all glory to all glory to Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada की जय
Jai
अनंत कोटि जय
Jai
पंचकल्प अदित नाम पावरे
Vyo Vaishnavebhyo Ananda Koti Vaishnavind ki Jai.
जय
Ram Shradha Prabhu ji ki
Prabhu ki Jai
जय
Jai
हरि बोल
Hari
हरि
Bol
बोल
Hari Bol.
हरि
Hare
बोल
हरि हरि
I just want to mention with Prabhuji, he does a very nice bhajan session. So first Prabhuji sings and then we repeat. So that way we enjoy the lyrics and everything. And we are like nicely spoon fed in the morning here with little kirtan. So when Prabhuji is singing, then we are quiet. And then we sing, we repeat. So we do that next time in the next session, just for everybody's information. So thank you so much for joining
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.
us.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
हरि बोल हरि बोल
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.